Good morning all of you. Now, about increasing decreasing function. We told we can check whether a function is increasing or decreasing by doing derivatives. If for the curve y, if dy by dx greater than 0, then it is increasing, dy by dx less than 0, then it is decreasing function. One example, y equal to 5x square minus 10x plus 7. What is dy by dx? Dy by dx equal to 5 into x square derivative 2x, so 10x will come, 5 into 2x is 10x minus 10. If we are putting dy by dx equal to 0, we will get 10x minus 10 equal to 0. So, the value of x is equal to 1. That means, this x equal to 1 divides the real line into two intervals. The intervals are minus infinity 1 is one interval, 1 infinity is another interval. And in this interval, how the derivative dy by dx in this interval from means minus infinity to 1. What is the sign of, means the values you are taking for x from this interval, what will be the sign of dy by dx? Suppose you are giving the value just 0 in before, means before 1, just substitute 10 into 0 minus 10, we are getting it as negative. So, in that interval dy by dx is negative, therefore, this function is decreasing function. And what about 1 to infinity? 1 to infinity, when you are giving the value after 1 up to infinity, means any real number, you are substituting in this dy by dx, what will be the sign of dy by dx? 10 into, suppose you are giving any number 2, you are giving after 1. So, 10 into 2, 20 minus 10, you are getting positive. So, we are getting positive. So, it is increasing function. Like this, we can find in which intervals the function is increasing and in which interval the function is decreasing. Here we got two intervals because we got dy by dx equal to 0 at x equal to 1. And what is 1? See, what will be the curve's nature, means the structure of the curve? It is decreasing in the interval minus infinity to 1. So, the curve is decreasing like this, and at 1 its slope is 0, then it is increasing. So, this is the point x equal to 1. At x equal to 1, the slope of this tangent is equal to 0. That is why we got f dash dy by dx at x equal to 1, we put it as equal to 0, that is why we got x equal to 1. That means, when you are giving x equal to 1 for dy by dx, you will get the value is equal to 0. So, see, it's before, means once before we are getting this as decreasing function, and after 1 we are getting it as increasing function. And so, we will call this 1, where this point means f dash of x, the derivative of the function is equal to 0, those points we will call it as critical points. So, actually we got x equal to 1 is the critical point. So, here one point is the critical point, while marking that point in the real line we are getting two intervals. Okay. So, like this we will do the problems. If you got a curve, you will find its derivative, first derivative, put it is equal to 1, you will get the value, you will get the critical points, and those critical points you mark it on the real number, real line, just like this, a line drawing and marking this point, you will get how many intervals is there. Then each interval you will check whether the function is increasing or decreasing. Okay, how will you check whether it is increasing or decreasing? You will substitute the values in that interval for f dash of x or first derivative dy by dx. Then we can say if that dy by dx or f dash of x, same dy by dx greater than 0 we can say it is increasing, or if it is less than 0 we can say it is decreasing. Okay. Then we have another one curve y equal to minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. We are finding the first derivative, dy by dx equal to minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12. Then putting dy by dx equal to 0, dy by dx equal to 0, we are getting this quantity equal to 0. We can take minus 6 as common factor, x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Which implies, factorize this one, x square plus 3x plus 2, two numbers product 2 and sum plus 3. So the numbers are 1 and 2. We are getting minus 6 into x plus 1 into x plus 2 equal to 0. From here we are getting x equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 2. Two values we are getting. So how many intervals will be the minus 2, minus 1. So up to infinity, up to infinity, and here minus infinity. So we have 3 intervals. I am just writing this dy by dx here, minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12. And it's a factorized form, minus 6 into x plus 1 into x plus 2. We have 3 intervals, minus infinity to minus 2, minus 2 to minus 1 and minus 1 to infinity. 3 intervals. Then we need to check in these 3 intervals how the function is increasing or decreasing. For that, take any value from here, minus infinity to minus 2 in this interval. We can take minus 3 or minus 4 we can take. I took minus 3. Minus 3 you substitute here. This is minus 3 plus 1, this is negative. Minus 3 plus 2, this is also negative. Negative into negative, positive. Positive into negative, negative. So here this function is negative. No, function in the sense this function dy by dx function is negative. That means dy by dx is less than 0. So this function is strictly decreasing. This is actually a quadratic curve. See, dy by dx is a quadratic curve. And how this curve will come? Quadratic curve is familiar to us. So this is the curve, minus 6x square. So this type of parabola will come. And at this point it is, at minus 2 it is 0 and at minus 1 it is 0. Curve's value is equal to 0. That means this dy by dx value is equal to 0 at minus 2 and minus 1. And we need to check, see, by looking itself it is easy to check whether dy by dx is less than 0 or greater than 0. In which interval it is greater than 0? See, in from minus 2 to minus 1, this is above x axis. So dy by dx means this curve is greater than 0. And in this interval minus infinity to minus 2, the curve is less than 0. See, under this x axis. So here minus 1 to infinity also this curve is less than 0, isn't it? This is whose curve it is? Dy by dx curve, not the original given this function's, not this function's curve. This one has drawn dy by dx its curve. That means our derivative's curve. So derivative's curve, where it is coming positive, according to that we can say increasing. Where it is coming negative, according to that we can say decreasing. Clear? So since it is a quadratic curve, we can find out very easily. Any one interval if you found, see, one interval we found minus infinity to minus 2, this is negative. We got it as negative, and this is positive, and this is negative. Okay, it will come alternative. So here it is positive, strictly increasing, and here negative, strictly decreasing. This is increasing and this is decreasing. Okay. And the same thing we can do in a short form. We can think minus 2, minus 1, we have 3 intervals. Look the coefficient of this highest degree. Here x square is the highest degree term, its coefficient is negative. Since that highest degree term's coefficient is negative, the last interval means the right side, last interval will be negative, this is positive, this is negative. That means from minus 1 to infinity it is decreasing, minus 2 to minus 1 it is increasing, and minus infinity to minus 2 is, in that interval it is decreasing. Okay, like this short way also you can write these informations, either it is increasing or decreasing. Got it? Then we have another question, y equal to x plus 1 whole cube into x minus 3 whole cube. Find dy by dx. dy by dx is equal to, we need to apply product rule for finding this derivative. 3 into x plus 1 whole square into x plus 1 derivative is 1 into x minus 3 whole cube plus, so its derivative I found, the next its derivative 3 into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 3 derivative 1 into x plus 1 whole cube, product rule applied. And here 3 is common factor, x plus 1 whole square common factor, x minus 3 whole square common factor into x minus 3 plus x plus 1 will come. So we are getting it as 3 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x 2x minus 2. 2 we can take common, so it will come 6, 3 into 2 6 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1. Put dy by dx equal to 0. dy by dx is equal to 0 implies, see when this quantity is, it's already factorized form, so very easy to find the critical points. X equal to minus 1, at x equal to 3 and at x equal to 1 we will get derivative is equal to, means this product is equal to 0. To make this quantity x should be minus 1, to get this quantity as 0 we need to get put x equal to 3, to get this quantity as 0 we should get x equal to 1. So these are the critical points. So while getting 3 points we are getting 4 intervals, x equal to minus 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 intervals we are getting, and we need to check the how this function is coming in 4 intervals. See here, this product x plus 1 into x plus 1 is coming, and here x minus 1 into x minus 3 into x minus 3 is there, and here x minus 1. So for this one, in each interval we can substitute the values, means the intervals we can write. First interval minus infinity to minus 1, and here minus 1 1, and that next interval 1 3, and the next one 3 infinity. And what about in this interval? Minus infinity 1, minus infinity 1, minus infinity minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 we have one value minus 2, before minus 1 we can substitute here. When you are giving minus 2, what will come? Minus 2 plus 1, negative, whole square positive, so this is positive. Anyway here square is there, so this is positive. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 2, so it is negative, so we are getting it as decreasing, strictly decreasing. And in the next interval 6 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1. Okay. And in the next interval, which is the next interval, minus 1 1, minus 1 1. In that interval one value 0 is there, no 0. Anyway these two will come positive, so we need to check whether this one is positive or negative. These two always positive, so according to each sign total sign will decide. So see, when you are giving 0 from this interval, 0 minus 1 minus, so we are getting the value as negative itself, so decreasing. And the next interval 1 3, in between 1 3 2 we can take, so 2 minus 1 positive, this is already positive, this is already positive, so now we got 2 minus 1 also positive, so we are getting this here, it is positive. And the next one also 3 to infinity, 3 to infinity you give any one value, after 3, 4 you can give, so this is positive, so here we are getting it as positive. Okay, so like this we can find whether this function is increasing or decreasing. You should write strictly decreasing, here also strictly decreasing, this is strictly increasing, this is strictly increasing. And I told one shortcut how to find, how to check whether it is increasing or decreasing by looking the coefficient of this one. dy by dx we got it as 6 into x plus 1 whole square into x minus 3 whole square into x minus 1. What is the coefficient of highest degree term? X square into x square into x, x raised to 5. 6x raised to 5 is there. So 6 is the positive, 6 is the coefficient of the highest degree term. So first the highest degree term's coefficient is positive. Therefore, minus 1, 1, 3. Therefore, from the right side, we are looking the graph of the derivative. It's a 5th degree polynomial, its graph we don't know, but the sign we can check. See, the graph will come like this. After 3 means since the highest degree term's coefficient is positive, the right side will start with the positive. Here 3 is a critical point and x minus 3 whole square is there. So the graph will come like this and it will not cross 3 since x minus 3 whole square is there. Okay, so when you are finding the factorization, if any linear structure's square is there, means that will not, same sign will repeat here also. It will not cross the line. So this is positive and here 3 it is again, it will not cross like this. Actually it will come like this it is going no. But here since x minus 3 whole square, it will not cross this line. Here it is positive, again positive, and at 1 it is 0 again. At 3 it is 0, that's why it touches on 3 and this is positive. And next at x equal to minus 1 it will cross, x equal to 1 it will cross and it will go like this, and see x plus 1 whole square is there. So what happened, the right side of minus 1, the same thing will come. Here also it will not cross. Minus 1 is a critical point, but after 1 it's going to minus 1, that time less means decreasing, then it will not cross minus 1 since x plus 1 whole square is there. X plus 1 whole square is there. If only x plus 1, what will come? It will cross like this, it will go. Okay, so see the sign, here positive, here means down of x axis, so it is negative, here also negative. So we are getting these intervals like this. This is the shortest way actually. I will tell you one more example, not the full problems, one example. See, suppose we got dy by dx is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 1. So the points are x equal to 1, 2, minus 1. We are getting the critical points x equal to minus 1, 1, 2. Okay. Then see what is the coefficient of highest power, highest degree term, x into x into x, x cube will come. When you are expanding it, x cube will come. X cube's coefficient is 1. It is a positive number. Since it is positive number, you start from the right side, positive, negative, positive, negative. Like this it will come alternate. The sign will change. Positive, negative, positive. Why I wrote positive here? Because the highest power is x cube, 3 degree polynomial it is. Its coefficient is 1 here. Suppose here 3 is there, or outside when 3 is there, means the coefficient is 3, then also it is positive. That's why we starting from the last interval. It is positive, then negative, then positive, then negative. Like this alternatively it will change. Instead of that one, suppose here whole square is there. While finding x minus 2 dy by dx, we got x minus 1 into x minus 2 whole square into x plus 1. The same way we will get 3 critical points, 1, minus 1, 1, 2. 3 points we will get, and see, we are going to draw this line, means graph of dy by dx. X minus 2 whole square is there, so at 2 it will not cross the x axis at 2 because x minus 2 whole square is there. So, and what about the first one? First one, here also the coefficient of the highest degree term is positive, so here it is positive. And the graph will come, here it is positive, it will not cross, the same will come here again, positive. Then at 1 it crosses, at minus 1 it crosses. Okay, so we will get positive, positive. That means in this interval it is positive and in this interval it is negative, here it is positive. So 4 intervals will come like this. What is the change? Here x minus 2 whole square is there. So at 2 it will not cross. That means the same or not alternatively it is going. Same will come. What is here? The same will come. Suppose one derivative dy by dx, we got it as minus 7 into x plus 3 into x plus 4. So we are getting x equal to minus 3 and x equal to minus 4 are the critical points. When x equal to minus 3 and minus 4 marking on this one, we will get 3 intervals. So here the coefficient of the highest degree term is negative. So negative, positive, negative. Like this. So no need of substituting the value in each intervals. Otherwise, we can substitute, you can take one value and you can substitute here, you can check whether it is positive or negative. Here we got it as negative. After minus 3, put 0. 0 is there, no? So put 0 here. 0 into 0 plus 3 into 0 plus 4, these two are positive. Positive into negative, we will get negative. Okay. So shortly how we will think? We will check the coefficient of the highest degree term. If it is positive, start from positive, then alternate. Okay. Suppose here x plus 4 whole square is there. So what will come? X plus 4 whole square. Here usually minus 7 is the highest degrees terms coefficient. So it start from negative. Then at minus 3 it will cross. So here sign changes as positive. At minus 3 its sign changes. But at minus 4 it does not cross because x plus 4 whole square is there. So same sign will come here also. So when x plus 4 whole square is there means at minus 4 both side, minus 4's left side and right side will become same. Got the idea? Okay. Then here we have prove that y equal to 4 sin theta by 2 plus cos theta minus theta is increasing on theta in 0 pi by 2, closed interval 0 to pi by 2. We need to prove in this interval 0 to pi by 2 this given function is increasing. So for that we are finding dy by dx. Dy by dx is equal to, here we need to apply quotient rule, 2 plus cos theta into denominator into numerator's derivative. So 4 cos theta minus 4 sin theta into 2 plus cos theta's derivative minus sin theta divided by denominator square 2 plus cos theta whole square minus theta's derivative with respect to theta, not dy by dx, dy by d theta. Here it is given y in terms of theta. So we are differentiating dy by d theta. Okay, and the interval also given thetas with theta. Theta lies in 0 to pi by 2. So dy by d theta we got like this. With theta with respect to theta derivative is 1. Then remove the bracket, 8 cos theta plus 4 cos square theta minus plus 4 sin square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. 4 cos square theta plus 4 sin square theta 4. So, we are getting it as equal to 4. Sin square plus cos square is 1. So, we are getting it as equal to 4. Then next step, subtract, do the subtraction. So, I am doing that subtraction in the next step by taking LCM. We are getting minus 2 plus cos theta whole square. Okay, just cross multiplication method. Then expand this one. 8 cos theta plus 4 minus a plus b whole square expansion and remove the bracket also. Minus 4 cos theta minus cos square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Plus 4 minus 4 cancelled. 8 cos theta and minus 4 cos theta, total 4 cos theta. So, 4 cos theta minus cos square theta will come. So, we got finally dy by d theta equal to 4 cos theta minus cos square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Then it is equal to cos theta, we can take it outside. 4 minus cos theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Then this is our derivative, first derivative with respect to theta. And see, it is here it is given theta belongs to 0 pi by 2, and you know in the first interval cos theta is positive. So, this quantity is positive. In this interval cos theta is positive. And what about 4 minus cos theta? 4 minus cos theta. See, cos theta's value maximum will come 1. So, in the interval 0 to pi by 2, 0 to 1, the value 1 to 0 only. Cos 0, 1 and cos pi by 2, 0. So, 1 to 0. So, maximum value is coming at 0, that is 1. So, 4 minus 1, it is positive. So, cos theta positive since it lies in the interval 0 to pi by 2. For cos theta maximum value will come, so 4 minus cos theta will be always positive. So, positive into this reason you should write below. Cos theta is greater than 0 in the first quadrant, or when theta equal to theta element is 0 to pi by 2, cos theta greater than 0. 4 minus cos theta greater than 0. Then 2 plus cos theta whole square, since it is a square, it is greater than 0. So, this is positive, this is positive. So, total we are getting dy by dx is equal to, dy by dx is always greater than 0 for all theta element 0 to pi by 2. Hence, we have given the proof. We need to prove this derivative is, so it is an increasing function, since dy by dx greater than 0, dy by d theta greater than 0. This is an increasing function. In which interval? In the interval 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So, that much only I am discussing today. The remaining questions we can do in the next day. So, today's work you need to complete up to 10 questions from first exercise, not first, this exercise, I think second exercise from our textbook. Okay, complete first 10 questions and send to me today itself. Okay, thank you.